Hi guys, welcome to our intro to log video. I am your host, Mrs. Henry. Hi guys. Now, today we're going to talk about going from logarithmic form to exponential form. And we use logs to find values of things that aren't whole numbers. This has a lot of real world applications that we will get to later on in the unit. But we're going to first start off with converting our log forms to our exponential forms. So when I have a log with a base of b of a equals x, to put that in an exponential form would be b to the x equals a. And that's what that looks like. That should be in your notes. We're going to try a lot of different kinds of examples today, and you should be well on your way at the end of this video. So, I know this is less than ideal because I'm in my living room. We're trying different setups to see what works. Now, our first thing is to go from log to exponential. So if I have the log base 3 of 9 equals 2, and I want to put that in exponential form, I know that 3 to the second power equals 9. Does that make sense? Does 3 squared equal 9? Yes. So that works nicely. Let's try the next one. Oops, I lost my eraser. It went flying. Then if I have log base 7 of 1 equals 0. We have base to the exponent equals 1. Does 7 to the 0 power equal 1? Yes. So we're good. Log base 4 of 1/16 equals -2. So 4 to the -2 equals 1/16. Is that true? Yes. Now we're going to go backwards. We're going to go from our exponential form to our log form. This one for me makes my brain work a little harder. So I have 14 squared equals 196. And whenever I start to do these, my brain goes better from log to exponential. So I like to remind myself over here that log of b of a equals x becomes b to the x equals a. So this becomes log of 14 and of 196 equals 2. Maybe your brain goes better than that, but this one is always harder for my brain to, I have to think about it. Then I have 12 to the first power equals 12. So I have log base 12 of 12 equals 1. And the last one of these I'm going to do is going to look like this. So I have log base 2 of 1/8 equals -3. Now we're going to try using some of these in some other ways. So the next thing I want to talk about is anytime I don't have a base, it assumes my base is 10. The log button in your calculator has a base of 10. That's something good to know as we move forward. Now let's look at how I can evaluate logs. So if I have log base 7 of 49, tells me that 7 to some power equals 49, and that value is 2. Hopefully that's not too bad. Then let's do log of 100. Notice that you don't see a base there. So we remember that that base becomes 10. 10 to what power equals 100? 10 to the 2. Then I have log base 2 of 64 becomes 2 to the what power equals 64, and that power is 6. If we get stuck, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64. My last example is log base 9 of 1 over 81. So 9 to what power is 1 over 81? Because it's a fraction, I know it's going to be a negative. So 9 to what power is 81? 2? Remember, it's going to be negative, so this becomes negative 2. You know, sometimes things don't work out exactly as we want them to. And it's not all integer answers. So sometimes we need to use what we call a change of base formula to let us use a calculator to evaluate those. So for example, if I have log base b of a, I get log a over log b. Notice I don't put a base there, so it's a base of 10, and I can use my calculator to evaluate those. We're going to do 3 examples just like this so that I can show you how to use this in your calculator. So I have log 16 of 64. I can't raise 16 to any integer to get 64. So I'm going to do the log of 64 divided by the log of 16. If your calculator does open parentheses when you do the log button, you have to close it, then put divide. So when I put this in my calculator, I should get 1.5. If you didn't, make sure you're closing parentheses. You might have to do, if your calculator does log after, you might have to do 64 log divided by 16 log if your calculator does it afterwards. Let's try a couple more examples. Log base 2 of 54, 2 to the no power gives me 54. So log of 54. No, I do not have the coronavirus. I just went walking today, so I have allergies. So when I plug this in my calculator, I get 5.7549. When we use logs, if it's not terminating, we always go round to our nearest 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to do one more with you. And I'm going to do log base 4 of 136 gives me the log of 136 over the log of 4. Gives me 3.5437. And that's the end of our intro to log video. Hope you have a good day. Let me know if you get stuck.